if I said, people will then say to me, but I don't have time for what you did? And what if I played them right side by side and they take exactly the same amount of time?
Uh, yeah, I know that's probably the typical response is I don't have time. Um, so well, here's where my brain went when before we started recording when I kind of talked about what we were going to talk about is out here in Colorado, the average memory care is 5 figures a month. So because it's extra, right? You go into
Yep.
assisted living. So everything's extra. It's like a la carte with a lot of this stuff. That works out to several $100s a night. If I was paying several $100s a night, you better damn sure know I'm going to want the respect and the patience and the quality that I am paying for. So that was like my first,
Mm.
oh my gosh, this needs to be looked at in a service industry way as one consideration.
Okay, just
Um,
service industry, it's not a good quality service. You would
right.
not pay for that service, that first iteration.
Well, we have the Broadmoor, which is a 5-star
Mhm.
big old fancy resort here. And like you get your discounted rate if you're like a Colorado resident is $350 a night. They would never, I don't have a single person that would still be employed
Mhm.
if they interacted with any of their guests that way. So
Mhm.
I know we're talking about two different things here, but in a way we have
Mhm.
similarities. Okay, so there's a lot of similarity there also. This young woman who fell, she is paying for a service, and really the very least we can expect is common human decency when we're relating to one another. I don't fault the care worker because to me, in her head, she's going, I'm not being abusive. Of course, she is on the receiving end. That's
Mhm.
totally abusive in my heart, but she's not thinking that, right? It's not overt. She's thinking, I've got other people. I got to get to the back, get up, get bathed, and get dressed and get fed and medicated. I mean, bless her heart, she's going, I don't need this shit.
Yeah,
But this is the shit she signed up for. And so the way she can make it not shit, sorry,
that's fine.
those words, the way she can make it better for her, the worker, is to do what you teach, which is you've got to develop that relationship. It does not take that much time. It has never taken that much time. We know how to do that from in grade school, go make friends. And that's, I guess to me, it's all going to be a total disaster if someone is not talking to me, if they're going, caring for Joanna is the same as having to go in and vacuum the bedroom, make the bed, and clean, change the sheets. It's a task. She's a task that will never fly,
Right.
especially if my family's paying hundreds of dollars. Holy crap! No way. That will never fly.
Yeah.
And this is easy stuff. This is an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
It's just not a common thing to do.
Yeah. So it's the difference between expecting caring care, expecting people to care as part of our guidelines, our role responsibilities, that we build it in and make it instead of the rules, we're interested in the care. We're actually interested because the main difference I see, Joanna, between the guest at the fancy resort and the person living in secured unit is her inability to tell people about her guest experience. If she could write a review and if she turned it in really shortly, nobody would want to stay at that hotel because, it was like that was not an experience anybody should have behind closed doors. That's not all right. Whereas I think Stanley's report would be, no, she's a real nice lady. I mean, she was fine. It was all good. And yet it took the same amount of time to get
Mhm.
both people to come up out of the bed and to go to the restroom. One had agency and one had no agency.
And it mitigates preemptively chances of
Mm.
behavioral stuff later on throughout the day and other issues that you might be saving time by pushing the person through to the bathroom in the beginning, but you're adding time later.
Mhm.
and you're destroying any kind of relationship that you may have had the opportunity to develop. And it's abusive. So whether it's overt or covert, it's still abuse
It's still
to
abuse.
treat somebody like that.
Agreed. So if you were to be someone who was advocating for open the doors, I mean, when we say open the doors, let's offer caring care. Let's quit doing uncaring care. What would be like the three things that you think are really important for us to address? So we got to address them because if we don't talk about them, we don't bring them up, we don't resolve them, we can't go anywhere really. It'll always be a phrase. It won't be a plan and it won't be activated. What do you think?
Well, I was actually just talking about this the other day with somebody. And it was about food.
Mhm.
So, everybody that's still walking around the planet's got their opinion about diet and you eat this, don't eat that, drink this, don't drink that. I'm a bacon girl. I want bacon not just every day for breakfast. I want it for every meal. That's not how I've always been, but my taste buds have changed, and it's something that my husband can prepare in advance. So I always don't have to nag him about, I need help preparing lunch. I need help, can you get me dinner? And I mean, I eat other things too, but I want bacon. I don't care if, the Pope, the new Pope, comes down and says, now listen, I got a direct line to God, and he says you got to stop eating bacon because you're killing yourself. I'm gonna have to say, please forgive me, because I'm not gonna stop eating bacon. And if I'm in a care setting, as someone who wants to be a caring person, as a worker, like if I was as a worker, I would want to make that recipient as happy and as contented and as free as possible to choose what they are putting in their mouth. And if they want bacon for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, by God, give them bacon. I think that is just so um important for people to choose what they eat. And I mean, we've been doing it since we've been adults and out of our parents' house, and that doesn't mean we're always making good choices, but it means we're making choices.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing. I mean, if you want to turn it into a cafeteria type setting where people can go along and say, I want a hot dog today for breakfast, or I want pancakes for that is a choice that to me is an absolute um I have no room for flexibility there.
Mm,
I will always want to make the choice of what I eat and drink. And I don't care what doctor or professional is weighing in. I haven't asked him for the last 50 years. I'm sure as hell not gonna ask him now. I'm
yeah.
doing this is my right as a human. And if I have a heart attack tomorrow, so be it. If my brain gets worse, which it's not from my perspective right now, then it's my choice to make, for crying out loud. It's my body, my choice. I think that's a thing. Okay, so that's number one.
That's number one. So you must be allowed the critical choices that you feel are essential for yours. And yours, for one, is particular food item. I mean, it could be
Right.
something else, but it's whatever that is, that's your right. It's not my right to take it away from you. It is my
Right.
responsibility to support you in making that choice.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
got it.
Yeah.
I'm with you. All
Okay.
right. Second thing.
Um, the second thing is I have my own rhythm of how my day goes. Now I'm an early morning person, but I like to do things on my own time frame. So if someone says, well, we're only serving breakfast from 6 to 9 and you don't want to eat until we want to eat at 4 because you're up at 4 and you get hungry, or you don't want to eat till 10, you're SOL, Joanna. No, I'm not. Remember, I'm paying hundreds of dollars. And I mean, this is
Yeah.
you wouldn't say that at the Broadmoor because they serve food 24/7. They'll wake the chef up in the middle of the night, for a
Yeah.
guest that wants
Well, and
something.
since you would eat bacon and we could prep that, I mean, it's
Right,
not like it's a big
right.
deal. Why do we have to make it a
No,
big deal? Well, if I did it for you, I have to do it for it's like, yeah, you would.
yeah, yeah. This is a service.
That's
This is
caring
a
care.
service.
That's what
Hello,
caring
it's your
care
it's
looks
your
like.
job.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like eliminate not just the doors, right? Don't not just open the doors, but eliminate all of these rigidity. And I'm a girl that likes structure, right? But
Yep.
all of this, well, this is when breakfast is served. Well, this is not when I eat breakfast. So I think that needs to be modified. People should be able to eat what they want on their own time frame,
Mhm.
and when that works for them, because again, that's what we've been doing our entire adult lives. We're not all clones and robots.
Cool.
And that goes for other things too, like
Right.
activities. And maybe I want to stay in my damn robe all day. So what? Who cares if I have days I do that, like a lot more now, and it's kind
Yeah.
of fun. And
Yeah.
I still go outside and walk the dog in my jammies, and I haven't been arrested yet. Yet.
Well,
This this
without
year.
clothes on, you might be chilly, but I could probably bring a robe and say, "Hey, Joanna, try putting this on while you're out
Yeah.
walking if you don't mind." I mean, I
Yeah.
get it, you're comfortable, but other folks are a little less comfortable. I mean, if you just go ahead and throw this robe on, it would be a big favor to me if you don't mind.
I don't mind, and we're still working within my comfort zone, in my happy zone, and what works for me, what's been working for decades. This is still my body, my choice. I don't know why I'm saying that. I must have heard it somewhere, but
Well, or it's a
uh,
good choice to say. I mean, it
yeah,
is your body, it is your life.
my life, right? My
Yeah.
life,
Yeah. So following the rhythm and the schedule of the human being, be it for what you eat, when you sleep, what you do, how you do what you do,
right?
we've got a bit more respectful because
Yeah,
this idea that you enter this space and now you're back in school. It's like,
right, right,
I didn't sign up for school. Actually, I
right.
did that already. Yeah.
Yeah, I did that already, and
Yeah.
so I guess is that number two? Is
That's
that
two. So what's your
the second?
third?
Well, my third is just because I have a different address
Mhm.
doesn't mean I want things that I didn't choose in my life to be forced on me or taken away. I
Mhm.
still want to go meet my new neighbors. I want to have friends. I want to do activities that I've enjoyed doing with my friends and neighbors in my community. I still want to go mingle. I mean, I'm not real social, but I still like people.
Mhm.
I like a certain amount of social interaction, and I want to do things that are interesting to me. Shopping is not something that's interesting to me. I absolutely hate it. Shopping for clothes, shopping for food, shopping for anything. It's a search, search, search. And so my
Mhm.
husband does that, which is fantastic. But I like to play miniature golf. I like to bowl. I like to, sometimes go see things that you have to take a car to go see.
Mhm.
I don't want to get on the van with, half a dozen other people because that makes me crazy. But so just the ability to look, here's what's changed from healthy brain Joanna to Alzheimer's Joanna. My address, and that I need support with my life to be able to be safe and happy and healthy. Those are the two things that have changed.
Mhm.
My address and that I now need support. Not my likes, not when I get up, not how often I wash my hair, not what, not how much I like people. Everything else pretty much has stayed the same unless I'm having a bad day and I haven't slept or, I mean, and still people with healthy brains behave badly when they haven't slept or they're having a
Yeah.
bad day. So let's just knock that off right now.
So being respectful for what the person is in that moment, showing me that their preferences. I want to go out on the van. I don't want to ride the van. I'd like to go out in a car, and I'd like that opportunity to go out in a car. I don't want to go down to that activity that's downstairs. What I would like is I'd like to go miniature golfing. If you can put together a couple people who want to go do miniature golfing, I'm all about it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't want to be hauled from place to place and parked. I don't want to be forced or tried to cajole me into doing things. If I have an opinion and I voiced it, respect my opinion. If
Right.
you really want me to do something else, you're going to have to put some money in the game. You're going to have to basically commit to. So, Joanna, I know this would be asking a big favor, but I would appreciate you coming with me on the van because Harry won't come if you won't come. And I know it's not for you, but Harry loves to get ice cream and we're going to go get ice cream. And I know if he doesn't get on the van, he's not going to get a chance to do it.
So I have a job now. You know how much I love a
Oh,
job. I like a job and I'm helping. I like
bingo.
helping.
There's
So
life
yeah.
that's life. I mean, like that's what we're talking about is life that has value, life that has meaning. Joanna's not being ornery or not wanting to go. She just didn't have a reason to go. She didn't want to go get ice cream. It wasn't for her, but she's willing to go to help Harry because Harry does need Joe, because that's called support.
And
And
that's
it's
what we
not like,
do in our lives
yeah,
before dementia. Why wouldn't we continue that? Like oh, you need help? I'm there.
She's the one. So I can always call on Joanna. I mean, that's the reality is we call Joanna when we need help because she will always offer what she has.
And it makes
Unless
me
she's having a
happy.
bad day. And then she'll just say, I'm having a really bad day. I'll do it another day, not today. Yeah.
Right, right. So this is, you know, this change of address and change of brain ability should not mean your entire life has changed. Now you have no say, no choice, and you're gonna have things done to you, girl. You better not kick me. Well, you better not be kick worthy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and I think, the thing that I didn't say about Stanley is there'd already been an incident that morning with two carers and he'd scratched one of them. And it's like, did you see any evidence of Stanley wanting to scratch me or fight with me or kick me? Or was he difficult to get? No.
He was
It's
friendly, nice.
yeah. It's in how we choose to offer support and care. And I just think we don't do a good job of preparing people to do it. And then we're surprised when bad things happen and we blame people living with and we blame carers instead of really looking in the mirror and going, we're not doing what we need to do to provide what should be provided. We don't know how to run a good hotel.
Well, and quite honestly, the Broadmoor is a little that's really not my bag to stay
Mm-mm.
at a five-star resort.
Nope.
I That's why I have an RV because I like to camp
I'm
and
with you.
control my immediate environment. But when you are paying for a service, just because this is how things have been done in the
Mm,
dementia community for the last however many decades or
yeah.
100 years, doesn't mean it's right, and
Yeah.
doesn't mean it's effective or efficient, saving time or money. And it sure as heck means that doesn't mean that you would want that done to you. No, don't. Nobody can say, well, that's I don't have to worry about that, that's never going to be me. Model the behavior you want to receive. Model the behavior you want to receive, and play this back.
Mhm.
Because that is what we're talking about. Just model the behavior that
Yeah,
you want to receive, because there are no guarantees in life.
for sure.